was on our block. He was.
Stay just like that, Isaac. Thank you, guys.
Teresa!
Hello. I did move out of it. This is my right here. She's gonna buy a bike from me. Ready to buy one or what? Amelia bought one from me. See it?
Now I'm all dressed up. See the slide?
Didn't you have that tied before?
Yeah, I wanted to redo it.
Get Vaughn to do it.
Yeah, I didn't split them up. Yeah. My bag will use this one. Don't get that in the video over there. You did pro action.
Oh, I didn't make it.
You did not. Star with me for 42 years. Yeah. Been with me since I was 16 years old. I call her my high school sweetheart. I was in my 20s when she was in high school. Yeah, absolutely. I got to be strong. Well, yeah, she made me strong. She made me strong. Her spirit will be made and her strength forever. I was only tough was her. That's what I went into the gym because in there I could actually win a fight. You know, at the house I was like 0 and 1,500. You know, so. Yeah, thanks, man.
Why didn't you call him?
Come on. Now you have to deal with my coffee before we do the race.
Yeah, I know,
Every
yeah.
year, you know. I'm getting good at it though, man.
You got to get one of them Keurig machines, right?
I'll be all right. This having a party today, and I'll take care of the fridge. Put a bed on there, colors there, put the fruits there. So if I can reflect every day, think about what I'm going to do. Everybody said, what's your drink for? Like I said, you know what? I got clean and sober for her. She would definitely not want me. Yeah. I'm a lifer, man. Donna.
if in the eyes of men indeed they be punished, yet it is their hope full of immortality. Chastised a little, they shall be greatly blessed, because God tried them and found them worthy of himself. As gold in the furnace he proved them, and as sacrificial offerings he took them to himself. Those who trust in him shall understand truth, and the faithful shall abide with him in love, because grace and mercy are with his holy ones, and his care is with his elect. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
Gospel according to Luke. Glory to you, Lord. So they set out at once and returned to Jerusalem, where they found gathered together the 11, and those with them who were saying, "The Lord has truly been raised and has appeared to Simon." Then the two recounted what had taken place on the way, and how he was made known to them in the breaking of the bread. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Please be seated. So we want to thank God for every good thing Donna did in her life, her ability to be transparent, to make people feel comfortable. Like all of us, I'm sure she didn't have everything go her way. So we thank God for the grace and strength He gave her to meet the challenges of life that most of us have to deal with, and with confidence in this idea of God's goodness that surpasses our understanding, our ability to measure or expect or think of what we deserve. We commend her soul to God. And we thank God for the grace He gave her to meet every challenge as a parent, every sacrifice she had to make for her kids. And my mother raised 3 boys, and she said, anybody who raises 1 kid gets a free ticket to heaven. You know? So, Donna, be at peace. We thank God for the grace He gave her to be on a motorcycle, besides being scared to death at one time. I was looking up these favorite quotes of bikers. I'm sure you have some good ones, but remember, we're in church, okay? We are in church. But the one I liked best was this one. And it fits in with when I take you for a ride. Maybe some of you know it. 4 wheels are for the body. 2 wheels are for the soul. I never heard that before. You know, the rejuvenation, of going for the ride. But those 2 images, the ride through life, the rejuvenation of the soul, remind us that there is a purpose in life, I think. That life is like a ride. It can be great some days, and some days it can be just awful. And it's refreshing for our soul. And people who have faith find that refreshing as well. So yeah, you can be refreshed riding through the city or through the countryside. But we're also can be refreshed, our souls can be refreshed every now and then when we slow down and think about our lives. And one thing that makes you slow down and think about your life is the death of someone you love. And it makes you ask, what's it all about? And how am I going to move forward? Because we're often tempted to think this is it. I mean, that to me, if you don't mind the expression, that's the father of darkness, telling us that we can't move forward now. Life is over. There's nothing to look forward to. So we can have that temptation.
To
inside that mattered. Not what you looked like, what you did for a living, the clothes you wore, or the size of your house. Our mom wasn't glamorous, but she was the most beautiful person we ever knew. Our mother wasn't a doctor, but she lived by the Hippocratic oath to do no harm. Our mom didn't wear designer clothes, but she'd gladly give you whatever she had without question. Our mom didn't live in a palace, but she made every person she encountered feel like they were at home with her. She was honest. I can remember the time Mom returned from the bank only to discover the teller had given her several $100s too much. Without hesitation, she turned around, walked back to the bank, and returned that money. She was so worried that if she didn't return it the same day, the teller's drawer would be short, and she didn't want the teller to lose her job. She helped others. I could tell stories all day about how she helped others, but instead, let me tell you what I learned from watching her help others. I learned that it's important to help people the way they need it, not the way you think they need it. I learned to give without expectation or reward, and I learned not to let others' ungratefulness change your spirit of generosity. She talked, and more importantly, listened to people. You wouldn't find my mother at the center of a group of people telling stories, and she wasn't the loudest in the crowd, unless, of course, you crossed her, and then, well, watch out. Instead, it was her quiet method of connecting with others through observation and one-on-one conversation. She listened to people and remembered what they said. I recall even as she sat for hours in the cancer center getting her chemotherapy, she'd lean over to me as each nurse passed and say, "That's Jane. She loves chocolate. And there's Mary. Her husband is a Vietnam veteran." I remember thinking to myself at that moment that I need to listen more. And lastly, but certainly not least, she had fun. Our mother loved to laugh. You could always count on her to make light of even the worst situation. Given the choice for a TV show or movie, she would pick the comedy every time, reminding us that it was more fun to laugh than to cry. She took great pleasure in her grandchildren and being when she could make them smile, even if it meant giving them cake and ice cream for breakfast. Let them be kids, she said. Of course, as I said before, she practiced what she preached. From her purple socks to her cow pajamas, she always had some kind of candy on hand and found it thrilling to try the latest flavor of water ice or the newest crackers on the market. Oh, and she never missed a sale. She loved sales so much that she often bought things she didn't need. When we'd ask her why, she'd say, "I just want to try it," or maybe someone we know will need it. That's just who she was. As we stand here today, I know she is looking down and saying what she did wasn't a big deal, and that she was just an ordinary person that did the best she could. And to that I say, no, Mom. You were an extraordinary person. And we were so lucky to have you as our mother. And just like you always said to me, it doesn't matter how far apart we are always together in each other's hearts. Love you, Mom.
Sweet.
Everything was fine. Everything was fine. If these guys ever need to get together for a spiritual half hour,
I hear you. All right, thanks. Bringing her home. You guys ain't got a beer in your hand? Go get one. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Thanks, Billy. Thanks, please. Thanks, all the brothers from all the clubs. Yeah. Hey, I got food. Bars open all afternoon. Don't put no money on the bar. We got it covered.
And they remembered that, and they said, well, we want to go for Daddy.
Okay. Well, sorry, Chris. I just had to come up with it.
Yeah, we're
I think he
done. We're
wants to do
done.
some. All right, so we're going back to the Oaks now.
Okay, yeah, you just go back to the Oaks. That's
All
right.
right, and Gil. Gil, you want to eat? You're
Yeah,
gonna eat?
Gil, take Gil.
Kids want to get over here so I can get a
Oh, yeah, all right, let's stand by the...
And I'm sure they're going to miss her. But she told me something before she died, and she asked me. She asked me to take care of her girls, and her husband, which is a big but before she died, she told me she was all right. So I wanted to write a poem for her that says she's all right. And I wrote this for Donna, and it's called I Promise I'm All Right. Please don't cry for me. I am all right. I am not far away. I know you're sad, but wipe your tears. I'll be with you every day. God needed me more than you did, though his reasons seem unclear. But I'm all right. There's no more pain. I don't have any fear. I know you're saying, why did this have to happen? Why did you have to die? I am all right, I promise. I don't want you all to cry. I know you're saying, why, God? Why did you take our friend? But I'm all right, I promise. This is the beginning, not the end. I know that you will miss me, but I promise I will survive. You will survive. My memory will always be with you. My memory cannot die. So believe me when I tell you, I'll be with you day and night. Don't blame God for what has happened. I promise I'm all right. So to all my friends and family, you still have all my love. I am all right, I promise. I am peace and safe above. And that's for Donna. And I hope you always remember her.
So I'm going to bother you one more time this afternoon at about 3 o'clock. I'm going to call everybody's attention here. I want to have a moment. Donna died on October 1st at 3:05 p.m. So at 3:05, I'd like to have a moment of silence, and then I got a couple words to say, and then that'll be a start party. I mean, you can party till 5. Party till 3:04.
Chuck, I just want to say, I've seen you taking care of Donna, and you did one hell of a job making her comfortable, and she knew she loved you. She knew you loved her. She was good. She was at peace.
She took care of me for 42 years.
We are proud to claim the title of the United States Marine.